Hello and welcome to Unclouded, the Agentic AI FinOps Podcast by Cloudgov.ai. And today I am joined by Jean Latiere, Cloud Financial Management Specialist at OptimNow, where he helps enterprises cut cloud waste, govern multi-cloud budgets, and align cost with value across AWS, Azure, and GCP. We're going to dive into the next evolution of cloud financial management, one where agentic AI and sustainability go hand in hand, because FinOps is not just a function, it's a culture. Jean, welcome. Great to have you.
Thank you. Thanks for the invitation.
Absolutely. So, a lot of companies focus on short-term savings, one-time optimizations, tool rollouts, or cost-cutting exercises, but they rarely last. How do you help organizations build a true FinOps culture that sustains itself?
Yeah, so that's a tricky part, and that's a tricky part in FinOps is what is the trade-off between like bringing some one-offs and some quick wins, and building that culture, culture of FinOps in the organizations, and that will be lasting and that delivers sustainable value. And because what we see generally when we come in as FinOps experts, generally there's been something like an optimization trap. The optimization trap is generally they've been optimizing with the commitments, with the savings plans and the reservations. And with savings plans, reservations, you can make like quick savings, like good discounts against some commitments. And you can please the management with it. So you will have less on demand. You have like more discount. You can really show some savings on the compute. But actually, what you've not done is like you forgot to look at all your architecture and all the waste in your architecture. And there are like surveys that say that there is about 30 to 40% of waste in the cloud today. So resources which are basically unused, and that's across all the companies in the world and across all cloud providers. So when you start with savings plans and reservations and commitments, you got some discounts, but actually you got some discounts on a good part of resources that you're not using, and you've committed on using those resources. That's a bit of a trap that you fell in because you need some quick results. Like someone came, like a manager, and said, okay, I need to show that we are optimizing. I need to show some results. And they went for it. And after that, what do you do exactly? What do you do? And that's actually where you need to start optimizing. You need to bring that culture of FinOps across the organization, have people understand what is cloud financial management. So what are the concepts behind? And that requires a bit of work, more than setting up a FinOps theater with some dashboards and some good news. It's more like a groundwork like that you need to do.
In your experience, is it difficult to get engineering teams and finance teams to kind of work together on this problem?
So, they are not coming from the same world. They are definitely not coming from the same world. They are not talking the same language, and they don't understand each other. Even when they speak, that's quite funny. When you talk with engineers about money, generally there is sometimes there is a gap. There are things that they won't get about, like concepts of financial concept, like depreciation, amortizations, and these kind of things, or contractual stuff about clauses in your contracts. And same with finance. They tend to forget that there is an underlying technological infrastructure behind everything that they are caring for. So when you talk to them about Kubernetes, or when you talk to them about the compute VMs or stuff, they start getting a bit stressed and not feeling in control. So you really need to bridge the gap between those two business disciplines. You need a bit of diplomacy. so that they understand each other, like the issues and challenges. And you need to explain, and you need to educate on each other challenges and issues. So you really need to position yourself as the gap, like the bridge, to bridge the gap between those two disciplines, and also procurement, which is a third stakeholder, uh, who also they have their issues and challenges as well.
Is it something that you have to try to do to sort of bridge that gap and bring all of these entities together so they can all have the same sort of end goal of really figuring out how to optimize and control, or reduce the waste?
So they need to understand a bit each other works, and like the finance need to understand a bit like the changes and what is a VM, like what is the an overall architecture, what is the storage, what are the changes of the storage, for example, in a regulated environment, in healthcare or in finance, for example, what you need to do with your storage in those environments. And same with engineering. You need to bring a bit of financial concepts to them. Like, for example, what are amortized costs versus unblended costs, so that you can really measure the efficiency of how you are using your cloud resources. So you need to define that vocabulary, that common vocabulary for all the for all the stakeholders, FinOps stakeholders. Need to agree on some common KPIs that they all understand, and that everybody understand how you track them and how you measure your performance against.
Mm-hmm. So obviously we've been talking money, but it's not just the cloud. Isn't just about dollars. It's about carbon. How big is the environmental impact of cloud computing in data centers, especially now with GenAI workloads consuming massive energy?
Yeah, so it's actually getting. It was already big, and it's getting bigger, and we know it with the GenAI and the new. Like this new wave of all those AI data centers that are being under construction or already delivered. AI data centers, they need like 4 or 5 times more energy than traditional cloud data centers as we know them. I don't exactly have the figure in mind, but I think like the IT industry was um, was responsible for about, I would need to check the numbers, but it was about 7 to 8% of the total carbon footprint. Inside that, you have the cloud. And the cloud won't make the full of those 7 or 8%, but is growing and growing and will take about like 20% of it. So it's not so huge, but now it's really, really growing. And it's not so much the carbon footprint, it's also water usage, especially in places that are a bit stressed with water. It's also what we call all the metals, all the resources that you need uh, to um, to have, like, to build those data centers. So yeah, it's a very complex supply chain all across the world that consumes a lot of energy and resources. So yeah, it's significant.
Do you think that sustainability should be treated as a FinOps metric like cost or performance?
Yeah, definitely. Um, Definitely, you should have it along the FinOps metrics. You should be able to. You should have your carbon footprint. That you should be monitoring the carbon footprint. Um, you should monitor the water utilization of your cloud and your data centers. Actually, uh, the cloud providers like AWS, Azure, GCP provide some dashboards, so you can do it. they are starting to have very good methodologies, and you can start trusting the numbers that they share. Really, um, it it's everything is included in the carbon footprint that they share, so you should have them, and you should monitor the optimization that you achieve against the environmental impact, also the financial impact. And sometimes, very often, they are correlated. What you are going to save in money through the utilization, it's going to correlate, and you're going to save in terms of environmental impact, but not always.
Not
Sometimes,
always,
for
yeah.
example, sometimes it's about, for example, switching to another region which power is less carbon intense. So, for example, France is using a lot of nuclear energy. So the carbon footprint of our power is a lot less carbon intensive, for example, than Germany, which is using coal during the night and renewable energy during the day. Or Sweden is very good with hydroelectric, so very low carbon footprint. So sometimes it's also about like picking a region. And for example, there are new AI data centers in Sweden that are quite interesting in terms of carbon footprint, also in terms of cost, because if they need less money to uh, to manage the temperature of the data centers, to manage the heat of the data centers, to keep it cold, it means that they are spending less. So you're going to spend less for the same compute. So generally it's really correlated, but still you can make some choices and some trade-offs that will have an impact on the carbon footprint without having an impact on your cost, and same the other way.
Could agentic AI eventually optimize for both cost and carbon impact simultaneously?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's only a matter of defining the goal of the agent. What is the agent supposed to optimize for? Is he supposed to optimize for costs? Is he supposed to optimize for carbon footprint or water utilization? Or is it supposed to optimize for the latency and for user experience, for example? And then it doesn't care about the cost and the carbon footprint. What's most important is the performance, is the latency. So basically, the agents, they will do basically what you tell them to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you like about CloudGov's agentic AI vision and platform to help solve this problem?
Yeah, so I saw them already starting to put some agents to, for example, regarding the start and stop of the instances, and to be able to uh, uh, autonomously, but with some controls and some guardrails, to start and stop some instances, especially in dev and in quality. Probably you don't want to let an agent do it in prod, but you could do it with strong guardrails. So I see that they are really already integrating it, and building the agentic platform that allows you to put that in motion.
You've been exploring this intersection of FinOps and AI for years. How is AI changing the way companies approach cost optimization, and what do you think agentic AI means in that context?
So I believe like the impact of agents, it's going to change quite a lot the way that FinOps is achieved. So it's going to be a lot less about dashboards and reports, recommendations, and then remediations, all powered by human and with steps of validations, but a lot more about setting up some agents to themselves screen and uh, and check the environment and what is going on in the cloud platform themselves, scan the resources, how they are used. Are they used enough or not enough? For example, is it right sized or not? Uh, is it the right kind of disks? which is supposed to be running on the VM. Let's say, for example, there's a classic one on AWS is you should move your GP2 disk to GP3 because it has better performance for better cost. There is no business case to keep a GP2. Sometimes they keep it, but because they forget. So the agent should be able to scan all this and to take some actions that, then we define in guardrails what the actions it can autonomously do. So first things, like having some agents do some work of autonomously optimizing, but also it's going to help us make some estimations, some prototyping, just like having a virtual, a virtual clone of the environment on which you can, make an estimation. Or I'm going to build that feature. Tell me what I'm going to need in terms of architecture, how much it's going to cost, and what is going to be the return on investment of this feature. According to some business metrics, I'm going to give it the number of streams or number of clients, and that's going to help me guide my decisions in terms of investments. So also for the executive, for the business, really the business guys, it's going to change a lot the way that they are going to estimate the cost, that they are going to plan how they what's next for the platform.
Do you see AI as more of an advisor or for FinOps, or are we moving more toward full AI execution?
Definitely an advisor for everything which is about building your roadmap, about evaluating the cost of new features, about the value actually of the cloud. Will really have like the FinOps assistant, the AI FinOps assistant, helping mechanize that take a long time to do and take few consultants. With good agents, you can do it in a few hours, or in the afternoon, you can do a very good study. And for optimization, we are going to have like FinOps guys, more like orchestrators of agents, and defining the guardrails and the policies of those agents and what they are supposed to do and what they are not supposed to do, more than themselves like acting and doing some stuff. It was already like there with everything which is infrastructure as code. It was already like coding infrastructure to provision compute resources. So we're going just a way to automate a lot more actions.
If you fast forward 5 years, what does your ideal world of FinOps look like once agentic AI and sustainability are fully integrated?
No, I can't move forward 5 years. Probably at best 3.
Yeah.
Let's say
Yeah.
3, because
Yeah, I suppose 5 was
I think
ambitious.
5 is like I get no idea.
How about 2?
No,
We could go 2.
seriously. Yeah, 2, no, 3. Okay, let's say why 3? Because ChatGPT, like GPT is probably it's 3 years old now. Like the first GPT that went released publicly, and when we were first playing with it, we were making fun of it because we would ask it 2 plus 2, it would say 5 or something like that, and now it can do so much. So that's why it's hard to say in 5 years, but 3 years, definitely we can generate. We don't need dashboards because we can generate them like this. We can everything which is cost allocation and virtual tagging. It's a lot easier now to manage and to remediate when you are missing some tags, for example, which is a big big part of the work for FinOps. I see FinOps being a lot more about business and less about really technical FinOps and the optimization itself. I see things being a lot more automated. For example, like everything which is Kubernetes optimization, I see it like being automatically automated. It will do a better job than us.
Mm-hmm. All right, I would love to get an answer in French from you. I'd
Okay.
love to know just we've already kind of talked about it, but to get us a French version for any French listeners we have, how do you see agentic AI transforming FinOps and transforming or along with FinOps to transform cloud management?
Ça va impacter ça va impacter le job même du FinOps practitioner et ce qu'il doit faire tous les jours. Il va passer beaucoup moins de temps à faire de l'analyse pure et du reporting, et il va travailler beaucoup plus sur la définition de policies, la définition des guardrails pour les agents, travailler sur la valeur réellement du cloud, ce que beaucoup de FinOps practitioners aimeraient faire beaucoup plus, c'est-à-dire définir la valeur du cloud avec les bonnes business métriques. Donc, il va avoir le temps de faire ça. Et puis, ça va aussi disrupter beaucoup de solutions FinOps qui ne vont pas basculer sur une architecture agentique. Voilà, celles qui vont pas prendre le virage, qui vont pas prendre la vague de l'agentique, vont avoir un petit peu du mal.
I couldn't agree more.
I could see that. I could feel, yeah, I feel that. I feel you're with me.
All right, let's move towards our rapid fire round. I'm going to give you some sentences, and I want you to finish them for me in quick in a sentence or two.
In French or English?
We'll do this one in English, so I know what you're saying.
Okay.
All right, so finish this line. FinOps becomes truly sustainable when
you're able to compute the value of your cloud.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's about the system. The sustainability is making sure that it's valuable, that there is some value to what you are delivering. It can be dollar value, but it also can be dollar for the society. So it can be the value that you deliver in terms of less environmental impact, or the things that social value as well. So for me, sustainability, it's not only about the green things and the flowers and so on, but it's about making sure that you are delivering some value.
One FinOps habit that every company should adopt is
calculate their waste, how much waste they have, because seeing that 30-40% of cloud resources are not used. So they should be tracking the waste. And the other one, they should be tracking what is called the ESR, which is the effective saving rate, which is how much they are efficient when purchasing savings plans, reservations, and also with their ADP. So couple of ratios like waste, how much waste they have, and how efficient they are, like committing to their committing spend with savings plans and reservations.
All right. Do you have a favorite AI tool or experiment right now?
Yeah, so I love Cloudgov, of course, for FinOps, because I saw the new features. The AI tools I like, so generate ChatGPT, I love Claude as well. And I started to play a bit more with the MCPs, which is this protocol that allows to expose some data and the services to LLMs. And that's pretty awesome what you can do with MCPs, not only to get some data, but also like to take some actions on the cloud itself. Been playing with this lately.
All right, Jean Latiere, thank you so much for being here. The company is OptimNow. If anyone wants to learn more about you or your company, what's the best way to get in touch?
Yeah, I can go on the website. I can share also, we have a GitHub where I've been sharing a few things on how to set up like some MCPs, for example, on Cloud, and you can do some pretty fun demos and doing some stuff like around FinOps with Cloud. So GitHub, OptimNow, the website,
Awesome. All right, John.
LinkedIn, of course.
Of course, yeah. LinkedIn.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much for being here, Jean. Really appreciate your time, and look forward to chatting with you again.
Thank you. Thanks. See you.
And thank you all for joining us today on Unclouded. If today's discussion made you rethink how cost, culture, and sustainability all connect, check out Cloudgov.ai, the world's first agentic AI FinOps platform. We help organizations move from reaction to automation, managing cost, performance, and environmental impact together through intelligent, autonomous FinOps agents. Until next time, stay unclouded and stay curious.